going to show you how to make an activity on Seesaw without any outside resources. So the first thing that you're going to do is click on this green Add button, and then you're going to click on Assign Activity. Once you are here, here's the community where you can go find activities from other people. And in my library, there's the option to create a new activity. I'm going to select this option. Now I can title it, and I can type my instructions here. In order to get those icons in there, you can look at the shortcut page. Some Seesaw resources are on our at-home learning website, and if you go to General Online Tools and then to Seesaw and scroll down a little bit, here is the icon shortcut page. So if I want to add the tell the students to add the microphone, I would do that. And then when the instructions are posted, the microphone icon will show up. Here's where I can read the instructions to my students, and here's from the teacher end where I can add multimedia instructions or examples. So I can add a photo or a drawing or a video, a link, all of those things. Down here is where you're going to create the template or the background for whatever the students are going to respond on top of. So if I click on this, I'm going to now make a drawing. Let's say we're doing a sort. I could add some shapes like a line, and I can drag this and move this. And now if this is something I don't want the students to be able to move, I will click on these three dots and hit lock. Then I can go ahead and add another line, and I want to rotate this one, put it in the middle, and drag this down. Now I can add a text box, and I can move that over here, and I could do like, these are words that end in AN. I can make it smaller, and again, if it's something I don't want the students to move, I will lock it. Then there you can be sorting it between AN and, let's say, AR. Go ahead and move it over here, and I'm going to lock this one. And then I'm going to make some labels that the students can move. So let's say we can do can. You can put them down along the bottom. You can put them along the side. Can, car. I'm not locking these so the students can move them. Tan. Fan. The students will need to click on this finger, and then they'll be able to drag it when they do it. So this is one example. I can also go ahead and add pictures, and I can upload pictures. This isn't going to match, but I could add a clock. As long as I don't lock it, the students would be able to take that picture and drag and drop it in the sort. I'm going to show you another example now. This is one I've already started, and I am taking the math Oompa Loompa activities shared by Rory and Todd and creating it in Seesaw so that the students can do it with base 10 blocks. So I am going to start with a shape, and I kind of made them like a little workspace. And then again, I don't want this to move. I don't want the students to be able to move it, so I'm going to lock it. And then I can add a shape. And in here, there actually are base 10 blocks. So I can bring that out and I can rotate it, and I can duplicate it as well. So I can get quite a few. And then I can add some ones. I will need to shrink this one, so I'll click and drag in the corner and make it the size that I want it. I can copy and paste multiple ones, or I can use the duplicate option. And then I want to make it so that I have a title, and I'm gonna say 15 lollipops. I'm gonna drag this up to the top. Oop. And I don't want this to move, so I'm going to lock it. You can also go to Google and search for pictures. I clicked on tools and then I made the background transparent so that there's not the white background behind it. When I click on this image, over here it shows up with the black checkered background, and that's going to let me know that it's going to be transparent, so I can copy this. I can use Control C and then go back over here, Control V, paste it, and I have a lollipop in there. So you can, again, you can add pictures from the shapes, or you can upload pictures, or you can go to go to Google Images and copy and paste. Another thing that you can do is you can record on here. So I can have my directions on the first slide, and I can record myself reading it, and the students will be able to play it. I could also take my first slide, and I'm gonna need more of these, explain to my students how I want them to be doing this activity. You would do that by clicking on the microphone, and then I can draw, I can type, or I can talk while it's explaining. So I can just explain, okay, well, I need 15 lollipops, and this one stands for 10. So I'm gonna drag out 1 10 block, and then I would just keep going and I can explain it. And then I'm gonna hit done. And then when the students go to do the activity, this first one is read to them. This one is a video. They won't be able to manipulate anything. They will just be able to watch the instructions, and then they can go ahead and do these on their own. So just a reminder of some things to remember is lock, oops, lock the images that you don't want to move and leave the other ones unlocked so that the students can drag and drop.